Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different saga-wide implications as well as revelations in this film that'll change how we view both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So, one aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of people are really looking forward to, including myself, has all to do with exactly how JJ is going to utilize the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren and exactly how they are going to be with each other on the big screen. Now, what's really great about today is that Vanity Fair gave us exclusive first looks at some of the brand new characters and some of the sequel trilogy characters, as well as some of the legacy characters. So, not only that, we learned a whole lot more about the film, new story details, new plot elements to the story that we actually learned and were actually confirmed by J.J. Abrams and, of course, Vanity Fair. Everything is really looking to be very exciting for this movie so far, and I really wanted to go over what Vanity had to say of what J.J. told them about the relationship between both Rey and Kylo Ren that could very well hint towards something far bigger than we could ever expect to see and or imagine in a Star Wars movie. Now, this is what Vanity Fair had to say about the relationship between both Rey and Kylo Ren, and of course, exactly how they're going to perform in single scenes together in Episode 9. Now, specifically, they state, maybe the most important relationship in the new trilogy is between Kylo Ren and Rey. They are on opposite sides, but there is a personal connection between them, and it's gonna run deeper than we've ever thought it could. Abrams mentioned while we were reporting this article that the connection between Kylo and Rey runs deeper than anybody realizes. So that really does speak volumes to me. It really does change a lot of exactly how we view both Kylo Ren and Rey. So what J.J. Abrams told Vanity Fair there about how Abrams mentioned to Vanity Fair while we were reporting this article, they say that the connection between Kylo and Rey runs deeper than anybody realizes. So that is very interesting. Now, this could have two different meanings. This could have something to do with those two characters and how they feel toward each other, or it could also have to do with the flash fights that we actually heard about and that will be a part of this movie. In case you guys are just tuning in right now, the flash fights are basically a mixture of a regular lightsaber duel, flash forwards and flashbacks, as well as the Force Bond sequence. So it's going to be a very, I guess you could say, immersive experience, a very immersive experience, because it's going to bring us back to two different worlds, maybe even more than that, of each and every trilogy. And what I like so much about this is that they're really trying to really insert a lot of new elements to the story in order to do something very unique and original for the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey. So what does this really mean? Now, a lot of people have, been hearing that, of course, Kylo Ren and Rey are indeed going to be the center of Episode 9, and that is true. Of course, this is all about Kylo Ren and Rey, and that there are more than 3 different meanings to the official title of Episode 9. That's another thing. So, the fact that there are multiple meanings to the title, and the fact that, what Vanity Fair had to say of what J.J. Abrams told them, like I say, they state, maybe the most important relationship in the new trilogy is between Kylo and Rey. They are on opposite sides, but there is a personal connection between them, and it's going to run deeper than we even thought it could. Now, that really tells me that there is something going on there between these two characters when it comes to power. Could they very well be brother and sister? I don't know about that. I really don't see that happening, because that would be a little bit too much of, a carbon copy of the original trilogy. What I think is really going on here is that this is all about exactly what's going on between both Rey and Kylo and why they are interconnected. Not just because of Snoke and what he did to them, but also because of why it's actually lasting even after Snoke's death. There is something going on there, and J.J. Abrams is going to explain this in great depth in this movie. Now, we do know that Kylo Ren and Rey are going to be treated in a totally different way in this film than how they were treated in both the past 2 movies, The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, and that J.J. Abrams even changed a lot of elements of Rey's lineage in this story during some of the rewrites of Episode 9, and even changed the relationship between both Rey and Kylo during the rewrites of Episode 9 as well, during the months of November and December of last year. So, what does that tell us? Does that mean that they're going to be the new Han and Leia, if you will, romance of the sequel trilogy? Or is there more to the story here? Now, like I say, guys, When we think about Rey and Kylo Ren, they really are a carbon copy almost of Padme Amidala and Anakin Skywalker. You can just look at the two characters of how they're very similar in appearance. They got the same idea going, right? The long hair blowing through the wind. He's got that temper tantrum going on. You can see a lot of, similarities between himself and Anakin. So, with that being said, there is something going on here between both Rey and Kylo than we already know that Vanity Fair was able to confirm today. So, with that being said, guys, like I say, let me know what you think about the whole entire relationship between both Rey and Kylo. If Reylo really is going to be a full-fledged thing in Episode 9, how would you really feel about that? Now, we do know that there is going to be a romantic angle to, of course, Episode 9 between these two characters to a certain extent. Will it really be as involved as Anakin and Padme or Han and Leia? I'm not quite sure if it really will go down that route, but they are going to touch on romance in a certain unique way between both Rey and Kylo in this film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.